Welcome to Review Remedy by ScoreDoc. You're in for a treat because this is the podcast where healthcare meets the power of online reviews. Kind of cool, right?
That's right. We're here to unpack how digital reviews are shaping the way people choose healthcare providers. Whether it's finding a pediatrician, a specialist, or even a new dentist, these reviews are influencing decisions more than ever.
Yeah. And let's be real, it's not just about star ratings anymore. People are really digging into these comments to find out who they can trust with their health. And it's not always as straightforward as it seems.
Exactly. That's where ScoreDoc comes into play. But don't worry, we'll dive deeper into what that is in just a bit.
Oh yes, we've got so much to talk about.
So stay tuned, because we're just getting started.
All right, you've been patient, so let's dive into what ScoreDoc is all about. Think of it as your go-to buddy for healthcare rankings. It gathers data from platforms like Google, Yelp, and Facebook, and makes sense of it all for you. I mean, who has time to sift through endless reviews, right?
Right. What ScoreDoc essentially does is analyze and aggregate consumer reviews using a methodology designed to highlight the most relevant information. And it's not just about the stars. There's a lot more thought put into determining which healthcare providers truly stand out.
Exactly. They look at stuff like average review scores, the number of reviews a provider has, how recent those reviews are, and even the tone of what people are saying, like was the comment positive, negative, or somewhere in between?
And this sentiment analysis is crucial. Let's say a clinic has a solid 4-star average. That's great, but if most recent reviews mention long wait times or unfriendly staff, the overall score might not tell the whole story. ScoreDoc weighs all these factors so patients can make more informed choices.
Oh, and here's something super cool. A case study that'll kind of prove how this works in real life. So picture this. A parent is searching for a pediatrician for their 2-year-old, right? Total chaos trying to figure out who's good, who's not.
I've been there myself. Those decisions are tough, especially when you're dealing with something as important as your child's health.
Right? So this parent used ScoreDoc, dug into the reviews, and bam, found a pediatrician in their area with amazing ratings and tons of positive feedback about their bedside manner and, get this, super short wait times. Total lifesaver.
And that's the beauty of these rankings. They're not just about abstract numbers. They're designed to connect people with providers who align with what they actually need, whether it's convenience, kindness, or clinical expertise.
So, remember that case study we touched on? Let's build on that and talk specifics, ranking the best pediatric clinics in Woodbridge. Out of 13 clinics, 3 really stood out, and honestly, these places sound amazing.
Absolutely. These top clinics have earned praise for their professionalism, compassionate care, and high patient satisfaction. Let's start with a standout, Casa Pediatrics.
Ooh, Casa Pediatrics. Totally love how they've built such a great reputation. They're not just about child checkups. They cover sick visits, specialty care, you name it. But what I find super cool is how parents rave about their warm, friendly staff and how they always make time for clear communication. Like, it's those little touches, you know?
Exactly. That kind of environment is key for kids and their parents. I read a lot about how they focus on personalized care, too, something that really fosters trust. And that's not easy to find these days.
For sure. Let's talk about PM Pediatric now. It's different, but just as impressive. They're all about urgent care. Located at 2690 Prince William Parkway, they've got services for those oh no moments when your kid suddenly spikes a fever and you need help fast, right?
Right. And their numbers speak volumes. 255 reviews with an average rating of 4.49 stars. What stands out to me is the recency of those reviews, 141 in the last year alone. It shows they're actively engaged with their community, and the positive sentiment score of 87.5% highlights how well they resonate with patients.
Totally. Like, they've got the balance of reliability and warmth nailed down. And let's be honest, urgent care for kids can be such a stress zone for parents, so having a place that's both quick and compassionate, game changer.
Absolutely. And last but not least, there's Woodbridge Pediatrics, Ltd., over on 1924 Opitz Boulevard. Now, these guys focus on comprehensive care, offering everything from routine checkups to specialized services for children and teens.
Yeah, and they're not just consistent, they go beyond. Like, their 4.64 star rating from 108 reviews is impressive, but then you see 33 recent reviews all highlighting the same positive experiences, trustworthy providers, great bedside manner. It's like, this is what you'd want in a pediatrician, plain and simple.
It's a great example of a clinic that understands its patients and remains consistent in delivering top-notch care. Those recurring mentions of positive experiences really set them apart.
You know, what's really fascinating about these reviews is how they're evaluated. It's not just about tallying star ratings anymore. These algorithms analyze all sorts of data, like how recent the reviews are, the volume, and even the tone. It's this intricate process painting a full picture of what makes a clinic truly stand out.
Exactly. Those factors, recency and volume, play a critical role because they reflect ongoing performance. But there's another side to this. Over-reliance on algorithms can lead to blind spots, especially if patients don't verify the information for themselves. Let's face it, data can be misleading if it's not properly contextualized.
Totally. Like, just because a provider has a ton of reviews doesn't mean they're the best. If most of those are from years ago and newer ones are negative, then what does that really say?
Right. And let's not forget about bias. Sometimes algorithms weigh certain factors heavier than others, which might not align with what an individual patient values. For instance, someone might care more about bedside manner than how short the wait times are, but the algorithm might prioritize the latter.
That's actually a good point. And honestly, let's think bigger. Is this something we're seeing just in healthcare, or does it apply to like all kinds of reviews?
Funny you ask, because it happens everywhere. Take restaurant reviews, for example. Years ago, some platforms focused solely on star ratings. Then they started factoring in recency, sentiment analysis, even the type of meal being reviewed, breakfast versus dinner. These shifts made the rankings more sophisticated, but also kind of harder to decipher.
Wait, what?
Yeah? And now, healthcare is following that same trajectory. We're adding dimensions to the data to help patients make choices, but it's also more room for misinterpretation or misinformation if you're not paying attention.
Okay, so what's the takeaway here? Are we saying don't trust the algorithm or just use it with a big grain of salt?
Use it as a guide, not gospel. Algorithms are tools. They're designed to be helpful, but they're not infallible. Patients need to combine what they see online with their own priorities and, frankly, some good old-fashioned human instinct.
So, Eric, it's fascinating. Patients really need to balance what the algorithms say with their own judgment. It's like trust the data, but don't forget to ask yourself, does this feel right for me?
Absolutely. And it's clear these tools have the potential to make finding the right care faster and more tailored. But, as we've said, it's important to use them as a starting point, not your only decision maker.
For sure. Like, take the insights, but also get those one-on-one vibes from your provider before you totally decide. Oh, and don't forget to keep an eye on ScoreDoc. It's kind of your golden ticket for navigating this whole review-driven healthcare world.
And to our listeners, remember, it's all about empowering yourself with the right tools and information. At the end of the day, you deserve healthcare that fits your specific needs.
Totally. So if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow us for more updates, tips, and rankings on healthcare providers. We'll keep diving into how technology and healthcare collide to make your life a little easier.
And on that note, we're wrapping up for today. Thanks for tuning in to Review Remedy by ScoreDoc. Stay informed, stay empowered.
And stay awesome. We'll catch you next time.